You can call me Old Master. Or you can just call me Mike, the sci-fi movie guy. I just finished watching Star Wars Rebels, Twilight of the Apprentice, and I really, really liked it. I think it's the best Rebels episode so far. So we're going to get right into it. I like the beginning when Rex and Ahsoka were talking, and it kind of brought me back to my old Clone War days. When I was watching Clone Wars, the animated series, and I thought it was a nod to the fans out there who are watching all of the Star Wars stuff going on. So if you didn't catch that, you should go back and watch the Clone Wars. You'll see that Rex fought alongside Ahsoka and Anakin in the Clone Wars in the animated series, and it was really great just to start out that way. And then Ahsoka and Ezra and Kanan, they all go down to the planet Malachor, and it was really cool to see that Ezra just had a force vision where he put his hand out and he knew that that was going to open the temple, or even if he didn't know, he instinctively put his hand out, and then they fell in. And we see that Ezra's force power is just amazing throughout this whole episode. I think in many ways he's stronger than Kanan with the force, and even though Kanan's his master, yes, he's a better lightsaber fighter, but he's not stronger with the Force. And we get to see that moving on and on in this episode when he teams up with Darth Maul, and Maul's telling him there's always the rule of two, and the way that they work together to open up the Sith temple, and Ezra's pulling up one door and Maul's pulling up one door, and they're going in and they have to trust each other to open the doors and keep it going. And Maul is very, very deliberately showing Ezra that I can be a better master, and you can trust me. And he does it a few times in the episode, like when Ezra is hanging off the cliff and he's holding the holocron up like this with Ezra attached to it, and it looks like, you think he's just going to steal the holocron and let Ezra fall, but he just wants to let Ezra hang there long enough to know that I could have let you go, but I didn't, so you can trust me. And again, I really think that that lends to the insecurities Ezra has about Kanan not trusting him, and they've shown that in many, many episodes leading up to this episode. So it puts doubts in Ezra's mind. I have to say I was a little disappointed with the green Kylo Ren lightsaber, because I saw it in the 2.5 trailer of Rebels, and then it came on for a second, went off, and there was nothing else talked about. So I was really hoping that there would be more to that, but you know what? That's how they get you to watch. They put these really cool things in the trailer, so good for them. Sam Witwer, Sam Witwer, who plays the voice of Darth Maul. Fantastic. He's just doing a great job with this character, and he did in Clone Wars as well. But I really, really like the depth that they're putting into Darth Maul. I think he was so underused in Phantom Menace, and the fans did too. And I think that's why we're seeing him back right now, is because of the fans just wrote Lucasfilm over and over again saying, come on, what about Maul? And we saw him a little bit in the Clone Wars, and now we're seeing him here. So fantastic that he didn't die at the end of this episode, because we'll get to see more of him in season 3. Nobody died in this episode except for the Inquisitors, which surprises me. I really thought that we were going to get one of our main characters dying. I had a bet on Ahsoka or Zeb, but we didn't. So I guess we'll have to see how that plays out in the next season. When we get to the rule of two again, and Kanan says, no, Ezra's with me, and they go up on that elevator, that again just shows to Ezra that Kanan doesn't trust him. So again, very well played episode, very good script, and the fight scenes in this episode are amazing. We get that first fight scene with the Inquisitors on one side and Maul, Kanan, and Ezra on the other, and then Ahsoka comes in, and just great lightsaber battles. Something that I've been wanting to see all season long. So really happy with that. And then the way the holocron plays into it later, I think that was a little weak that it was a starship or a weapon. I really, really would have preferred to find out some incredible knowledge and maybe have it hit Ezra, and Ezra knows all these secrets and it's playing in his mind. Maybe that's what we'll get in the next season, because you see at the end of the episode, Ezra is able to open the holocron just a little bit and they cut out. So hopefully that's where they're going with that. But then you get Darth Vader coming in on the TIE Fighter, and holy smokes, I got goosebumps during that part. It was just phenomenal. And we all knew Ahsoka and Vader were going to fight. Again, I thought Vader was going to kill Ahsoka, so no, it didn't happen. And then you get at the end, they're all in their own way. So the thing that I wondered about, though, is Ahsoka's heading back down into the temple. So she's going back in there for something, knowledge, who knows. But and I'm going to back up a little bit, because when she hits Darth Vader in the mask and it cuts open and you see Anakin under there, he is just dark and dead, and there's nothing left of Anakin in there. It's just hatred. And when he says to her, then you will die. So we know that that killed her inside. And then when they went at it, it was just, again, goosebumps for me. This episode had everything that I was hoping the whole season would have. But I did really like some of those build-up stories. A lot of people said, oh, they didn't like the whole Chopper episode, and they didn't like the Whales episode. I liked them because they gave us some backstory, and these characters, I'm vested in them now. And so if one of them dies later on, I'm actually going to feel something. And if they hadn't have done all those episodes where you're getting all the backstories of all these characters, we probably wouldn't care if one of them died. The only person we haven't really got a great backstory on yet is Kanan, I feel. And I hope there's something coming in season 3 with him. The way that he was blinded, I can't wait to see how that's going to play out. So, yeah, all in all, this was a great episode. Please leave a comment if you think otherwise, or if you didn't think that I said enough about this episode. I'll be happy to comment back in the comment section. My name is Mike. I'm the Sci-Fi Movie Guy, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.